Cracker Barrel announced that it is putting a pause on store remodels following the massive backlash the company has received over its logo design and these store remodels. Roll this up over at theculturecrusader.substack.com. You can find the link in the description below. Cracker Barrel made this announcement over on social media. They said, "You've shared your voices in recent weeks, not just on our logo, but also on our restaurants. We're continuing to listen. Today, we're suspending our remodels. If your restaurant hasn't been remodeled, you don't need to worry. It won't be. With our recent announcement that our old-timer logo will remain, along with our bigger focus in the kitchen and on your plate, we hope that today's step reinforces that we hear you." This is a complete 180 from what they had previously been saying just a couple of weeks ago. I find the language really interesting here, saying, if your restaurant hasn't been remodeled, you don't need to worry. It won't be. Why would managers be worrying that their restaurant would be getting remodeled? Because if you recall, back in August, the CEO of Cracker Barrel, what's her name, Julie Fells-Massino, claimed in an interview with Good Morning America that the feedback for this rebrand that they had announced back in May 2024 was overwhelmingly positive, that people like what we're doing. In fact, she said this: "I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together every year or every other year. And the number one question I get asked, Michael Strahan, is how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?" Because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So she went from saying that the feedback and the buzz was so good, people were lining up to get remodels, to we're getting statements here saying, don't need to worry. You don't need to worry. Your restaurant won't be getting remodeled now. I mean, talk about gaslighting that was taking place by Julie Fells-Massino when she was speaking to Good Morning America. And the public is reacted in a number of different ways. Obviously, we can see here, since the backlash to Cracker Barrel's rebrand and redesign began, the company's stock has plummeted over 12%. It was at $50.36 this morning when I took that screenshot. Not only has the stock plummeted, but multiple people have reported that Cracker Barrels have been empty following that Good Morning America interview that kind of precipitated all of the backlash when they also released kind of that logo redesign. Robbie Starbuck shared at the end of August, sent in by a follower. They say this was 6 p.m. last night in Arizona. It should have been packed. Instead, Cracker Barrel was empty. And you can see absolutely no one in that picture. And there are multiple examples of that when you look through social media of these Cracker Barrels being completely empty. However, people are not letting up, and they shouldn't be. The company is still facing pressure to end its support of DEI and LGBTQ plus policies that included funding a Pride event in Nashville just last year. The company was also putting out pronoun trainings for its employees, and Starbucks and Cracker Barrel co-founder Tommy Lowe called for CEO Massino to be fired. And he didn't stop there. He also called for the company's marketing executives and its board to be fired as well. This is what he wrote just 24 hours ago. He says, "Cracker Barrel issued a statement again 24 hours after I released this interview with the original co-founder of Cracker Barrel. They're still getting one thing wrong, though. The CEO, marketing execs, and woke board members need to be fired." And I 100% completely concur. I mean, remember, this woman is out here telling people that store managers were lining up to get the remodels, and now they're saying you don't need to worry about it. I mean, she's clearly been gaslighting. She's obviously not a good leader. She approved of this redesign and this rebrand. This is a mistake that I don't think you should be given a second chance from, at least when it comes to this company, because I think she's probably still an ideologue. She's probably still going to be pushing all of the stuff that she wants to push. She's probably just going to maybe do it in a much more subtle manner. And the way to ensure that that doesn't happen is to remove her. And I think you have to remove the other people that were supporting these decisions as well. And that includes the marketing executives as well as the woke board members. We cannot let this stuff go on any longer. This is one of the reasons why our society is having the problems that it is having, because these evil, wicked ideologies have infected infected these people that control these institutions. And again, it's not just Cracker Barrel, obviously Cracker Barrel being one of the biggest examples, but I mean, this stuff was in our government. It was in the federal government, the United States government, and they were pushing these companies to embrace all of this stuff. And it is time to put a stop to this. It is time to say no. It is time to reject this evil and get America back on the right path. And we are going to make an example of Cracker Barrel, just like we did with Bud Light. So I encourage people to continue to put the pressure on Cracker Barrel. We need to ensure that they no longer are promoting any kind of LGBTQ plus policies, that they are no longer promoting any kind of DEI. And I think in order to do that, as Robbie Starbuck says here, is these people need to be fired. The CEO, the marketing execs, the woke board members have to be fired, and they have to be replaced with Christian American patriots. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?